People don't just say light codes to say light codes. Like, there's actual codes that exist within light. And through your two retinas, the more you decalcify your pineal organ, you'll be able to perceive these light codes. Some of the chosen seeds remember these light codes, like vividly remember them, and how they look to you is exactly like if you ever played Call of Duty, Black Ops 2, or I refer to Black Ops 2, but if you played Call of Duty, and if you've seen how, I think his name was David, was getting sent different light codes, right? So it's important that you understand what a program is and how the word individuality, rather not just that word, but all words are programmings. Everything outside of self is a program. Everything outside of you is a program. Anything you didn't come here with, right? By being Earth, by the portal that you went through, right? You call it being birth, but you really enter the portal. So once you enter this portal and you entered Earth, when you came here, everything that is externally revealed to you, right? Or that you see and perceive, that is all programmings. Because a lot of people don't remember. A lot of you forget. A lot of us forget, even though a lot of us remember. A lot of us remember, rather. It isn't by coincidence there's 144,000 that remember the same thing, right? And y'all are all from different galactic tribes, so some of your stories align, some of them, others different energies aligning everywhere, though. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you the energies aligning the most it's ever. You feel me? Just look around you. Pay attention to the signs. Now, again with this external world. If you get caught up in this shiz, listen, you're going to be lost. So that's also part why I'm doing this in the sense of recording it. Because you don't need to see my face. You don't need to see my face. You just, you caught up in the external world, right? Most people probably can't watch this video because they're used to seeing something on the screen. They're used to seeing a video and they have to see something to watch it. So you must learn to just listen and be with self. And the reason it's hard for you is because you're using words like individual. You feel me? You're chasing your individuality as taught to you in school. It was taught to you in school, and it had a purpose behind it. So when you enter pre-K, right? You get to pre-K. And we all go through the same thing, similar situations. You all get in a grade, right? Who remembers being in pre-K and getting a grade? I do. You see, whether it was with the number, they did it with the little cards, with that good. See, there was always chosen. Understand they watch us. Understand they literally watch us. They literally study us. So what do they do in pre-K? You get a behavior card, or they're monitoring at first your behavior. Understand what school is. I'm tired of that word school. This is a whole program center. This is a whole subconscious fucking program center that they call school. Notice how subconscious and school start with the same letter. You feel me? Notice how subconscious and school deal with the same letter. So this subconscious program center that they put us in, the first year of it, they're monitoring our behavior. And that's not the first year. Throughout all years, they're monitoring our behavior. Because they're having you align with a certain desired outcome that they've imagined. And I'll tell you what they've imagined. Okay? They thought that we will be working for them for the rest of our lives. They thought that we would be their little slaves, okay? I'm telling you straight up, this is how they imagined it in their brain. They thought we would be the ones to build everything for them, as they try to put that programming on you with Egypt. You feel me? With Egypt, how slaves have built the pyramids. What? That's a programming. And if you believe that, if you align with that, then that puts you as a slave yourself. You feel me? So, understand this programming. Like I said, they monitor our behavior throughout all 18 years that you're in there. Or rather 16, 15, 14 years, however many years they have you. I know it's for a whole while, you know? I know it's for a whole while. And it's for a deeper cause, and it's not great. It's definitely ain't for a great cause. Because there was a God that had mentioned, right? Divine Insight had mentioned, when you go into these subconscious programming centers in pre-K, you went in with your imagination was so bright. You went in with so many creative ideas. Who remembers going into school in pre-K, right? And they asked you, what you want to be? You had all these ideas of what you wanted to be, right? Y'all was all happy as fuck to say what y'all want to be. I want to be an astronaut. I want to be a dancer. We all looked at them crazy when they said they want to be a dancer, right? Shout out to the singer. So you had people, right? And they started to program us externally. They were extracting our energy, like literally. You feel me? Like, y'all might not perceive it as that deep, but when it gets to the certain questions that they were asking us, it was all to extract, to build an individual self. For who, though? That's the main question. For who? You feel me? For who? Because from what I know to be true, with my peoples, we are one. You feel what I'm saying? From source directly, we are one. There is no separation. So whom are you feeling separated by? And why do you feel the need to divide us into individuals for whom's purpose? Right? And if you don't know, it's for their purpose to rule all. They in their brains, right? The powers that were, they had it in their brain that they will rule all. They have done rituals. They have done sacrifices on the behalf of them ruling all. That's what the reason these programmings, and I say programmings, but these parties, I'm not talking about fiestas. I'm talking about these hidden parties, right? They're obsessed with the all. They're obsessed with becoming the all. They want to be the obsolete ruler. They want to be the absolute ruler of all. Because they are not connected. That's something that's something that we must put on the board right now. They not like us. Okay? So that's something y'all have to understand. They are not like us. So a lot of y'all are experiencing separations, but again, integrations within, right? A lot of y'all have been experiencing integrations within, and through deeper integrations, there is more integrating to be done. So a lot of you have been coming closer and closer and closer to yourself. And the more you become closer to yourself, you become more clearer with yourself. You become more clearer on the things that you want. You become a little bit more clearer, right? Your hearing becomes a little clearer. You start hearing motherfuckers a little clearer, right? You could have been in the vibration of not knowing yourself, and you wasn't hearing him correctly. You wasn't hearing him that when he was telling you, you ain't shit. You feel me? You wasn't hearing him when he was telling you that. But now that you know what I'm saying, you know yourself, when he tell you you ain't shit, you hear him a little bit, quite more actually. You know exactly what he's saying, right? You can't miss it because it touches your heart because you got closer to your heart center. Understand, we are talking energy over here. There's actual portals and actual, so your chakras are actual portals of which energy flows through. So again, you felt that in your heart. Don't you feel it in your heart when somebody tells you? Don't you feel it in your heart, God? When she broke up with you, God? Didn't you feel that in your heart? You felt that shit in your heart so bad that you needed to do 30 push-ups. You feel me? You felt that shit so bad. Your heart was itching so bad. You said, I ain't never gonna let no goddess do me like that. Or rather, she ain't at the vibration if she was doing. I ain't never gonna let no girl do me like that. Right, goddess? You felt it when you went to the gym. Right? The first time you got hurt. The first time the man cheated on you. You felt it. Where did you feel it? You felt it in your heart. You damn right did not feel it in your ass. Don't tell me your left cheek started twitching and that's where you felt it. No. When you get hurt, you felt it in your heart. Right? When you cry, you feel it in your heart. Right? When your intuition is trying to tell you something, you feel it in your bladder. You feel it in the solar plexus. Right? When you are attracted to something, right, you feel that in your roots. Right? When you are driven towards something, you feel that in your root as well as your bladder. So these are different energetic centers. So understand they fuck with us. You know what I'm saying? They really fuck with us. Through all colors, through all of everything in which they use. They really fuck with us. I'm telling you, the 7 chakras, right? So if you don't know what the 7 chakras are, the root chakra, the solar plexus, the root chakra, the sacral chakra, solar plexus, you have your heart, you have your throat, you have your first eye, and then you have your crown chakra. And I say first eye, aka third eye, because it's really your first eye that develops. So those are the 7 chakras. And if you haven't been aware of it, yes, they have been targeting your 7 chakras this whole time. Okay? Within, like I had mentioned in the beginning, everything externally is a program. Everything externally that you see here is a program. Besides what you came here with. Even what you came here with was bringing you into the program. You feel me? This vessel is part of the program. That's something you must understand, Chosen. This vessel, your soul and your spirit dorms in, is part of the program. The body you're in is part of the program. Your mind is a program. I repeat, your mind is a program. Well, if your mind can run programs, that means I have technology in my mind. Now, I'm not talking any of the technology that... I'm talking your technology, the technology externally times tenfold. Right? You think hopping on the phone and getting on a call with somebody, or hopping on YouTube and being able to watch a video from a million fucking miles away is cool. Wait till you find out how your nervous system works. Right? So again, everything externally is a program. Even your body is a program. So we have to look in to seek. We have to seek within to find the answers that we are looking for. Right? Because everything outside of us is a program. Your mind is running programs. So I'm going to break down the program as we've been doing, breaking down the programming of school and how they turn us into individuals. And the whole ideology behind it is get yours. The whole ideology behind school is get yours. They put you on a battlefield with your own kind and test you to see if you're going to get yours. When from jump, it was get ours. Power is in numbers. It was get ours. Like I said, they have to separate us. But what is the root cause? Why are you separating us? For real. Ask the question, Chosen. Why are they separating us? For whom's purpose do you need to separate us? The ones that are connected to wholeness, the ones that are connected to source. Why do you need to separate us? unless we are your direct access to wholeness. So you got to see, Chosen, how they've been living off of us and siphoning our energy. These are literal spiritual bomba clot, all types of low vibrational things. And y'all must understand, like, this planet which y'all are on, y'all call Earth, is so much deeper than Earth. Like I just told y'all, Earth is one of the realms. So when you get to the mind, your higher self is another realm as well. Like, you're not just here experiencing one thing. You're experiencing all things in one. I repeat, you're not just here experiencing one thing. You're here experiencing all things in one. I will say that one more time because the power of the number 369. You are not here experiencing one thing. You are experiencing all things in one. Chosen. That's how powerful you are. You must understand, right? You are connected to all 9 ethers. 9 ether beings. So, the programming of Get Chores, right? And this shit runs so deep, y'all. This shit runs so deep. I remember being in a college course class, and they point out to us, right? Just certain programmings they were able to break down a lot easier, and it was a lot easier when you're removed from a certain environment. It's a lot easier for you to perceive the whole thing, because usually we get stuck in what? Programs. Understand, your mind is running programs on you. So if you don't have the positive, right, high vibrational programmings running your mind, you will be experiencing hell on earth. Yes, you will be. Your whole outside force is going to reflect. Your whole surroundings and family will reflect hell. And your outside forces will be aligned with that as well. Right? And your future outcome won't be any good either. So we are over here, right? And we're aligning ourselves with a bigger purpose, right? When you tune into the divine ascension, I'm not aligned with no individual. I'm not aligned towards a thing. I am that I am. You feel me? I am that I am. And I am. I am. You feel me? So within that, there's a lot of wholeness. You see, when you talk about get mine, and let's get to it, when you get a grade in school, all right, you get like a 50, right? You kind of fucked up. You got a 50, bro. How you feeling after you got that 50? You feeling fucked up. You feeling like, oh shit, I'm finna go home, mama finna get mad, daddy finna whoop my ass, and shit, teacher's teacher. But I'm finna be, at least my friends might get a kick out of my 50, right? You having all these thoughts within your programming that you were aligned with, the programming that you were in. So again, you just got a 50. How do you feel? This is dead ass how they want you to feel. Like, this is dead ass how they want it. Like, yo, how do you feel you got that 50? You just got a 50, bro. So that's really how it feels when you get a 50, but it's so deep behind that. Why do you feel like that? Why is the energy in the room like that? Because you must understand, again, liberty, ship, right? You must understand when you are in a class, right? What do you also have? You're here to get your citizenship, right? All this ship around us. We got to get to the root of what this ship is. It's the water. Water is the first element. So water exists within all 9 ethers and within all 9 universes. You feel me? It was the first element. So you must understand how to connect with water. Because like water flows, water goes. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to go somewhere, flow with the water. So it will take you anywhere you need to be. So again, you got that 50, bro. You feel it all assed up like, yo, you got a 50. That's internally the conversations you're having with yourself because you are programmed that way. You were programmed. That conversation you were having with yourself, that has been programmed. You feel me? That was a conversation that was made by them themselves. You know what I'm saying? The powers that were. That conversation was pre-made. They've been had that conversation with themselves. They had that conversation with themselves because they are not connected. You must understand who is siphoning your energy, the powers that were. You feel me? And this is why a lot of the chosen are taking this step forward to speak their truth, because they understand, look, there's a deeper purpose here. Whether I want to be, right, whether I want to chill or not, it's a deeper purpose. There's a bigger picture. It's oneness. It's the unity, right? And you feel the separation because they separated you from unity. Like I said, again, that peace sign, the reason it has two peace, right? When you peace somebody, you put the two fingers up. That's not peace. That's separation. But understand, you didn't know that till either now or till you understood that yourself. Your whole life, you throwing up peace with two fingers, not even realizing that's representing separation. Same way they took the Ankh and they turned it into the cross. Okay, so they only are getting lower and lower in vibration, but they have gotten so low that we could see straight through that shit. Talking fast. See straight through the illusions and the program, right? This program, get yours. Oh, you got to get yours. You know what I'm saying? You have to get yours. Ain't nobody else going to do it for you in life but yourself. Who created that bullshit? You got to ask yourself, who's feeding me this bullshit? Because why are you making life so hard for us? You feel me? They have turned the tables, but the tables have turned back. They have turned the tables, but the tables turned back, chosen. I'm telling you. They turn these tables taking the most advantage of us, siphoning our energy through programs. So understand, right? The programming of individuality. You're in a class with 20 to 30 people, right? Usually elementary got like 30 people in there, 20, 30 people in there. And there's a motherfucking reason they use that exact number, right? Because it's not just 2 people in a class. They could have put 2 people in a class. They could have put 3. They could have put 4. They could have put 100. They could have made the school big enough where it is literally 1 person teaching and 500 students. Like they do with the Coliseum. You feel me? Doesn't that grab your attention? Wouldn't that make sense? Right? Wouldn't that make sense? If I wanted to create somebody, you see, their purpose was never to align with knowledge and give you knowledge. Their purpose was to get into your subconscious mind and play with you. Put programmings in you. Because I listen, right? You in the Coliseum, you listen the fuck up when you hear that mic. Everybody shut up. All eyes is on that person that's speaking, right? You don't think that would have been a good idea for school? You don't think like, shit, these kids ain't listening. We made 3 million different halls, different bathrooms, more subconscious programming centers. You feel me? So you got to understand, they sought it out to be that way. They could have very easily put 500 people, however, 1,000 people. There'd be tens of thousands of people in a Coliseum. 5,000, thousands of people. Okay? So why didn't they make school like that? Why didn't you put school like that? You feel me? That's an actual question. That's a valid question. Ask yourself. So I'll tell you, they didn't do that because the closer they are to you and the less of you there are, the easier it is to get into your mind, chosen. The easier it is to siphon the mental energy. The easier it is to program you. Because their programming got so deep. Their programming got so deep. See, you could be an individual, but an individual is open up to the world of individuals. This individual is an entrepreneur. This individual is a fireman. This individual is a policeman. This individual is a teacher. This individual is a singer. This individual is a leader. This individual is a dancer. This individual is a cook. This individual is all this individual. So like I said, you go into the world of individual. Now you have the world of individuals. That program right there runs so deep. It runs super, super deep, Chosen. You must remove yourself from that programming immediately. Immediately. You must remove yourself from that programming center, the subconscious programming center. So, they didn't make this shit with a big coliseum, and that honestly would have been better, right? Don't these teachers be bugging out how these kids don't be listening? Right? So they needed to make all these little rooms, all these different little things, because you got to understand, the more programming they could put into you, the better. The more programming they could put into you, the more they can lock you away, the more they can suppress your energy. You feel me? Because you got to understand what's really going on. Whether they like it or not, the chosen have awoken and the planet will rise. The planet will rise. The planet will rise. Ashe, 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 ashe. The planet will rise. You feel me? So, in their attempts to stop this, they had to put us in all these little programming centers, bro. And what they do and how it affects your brain is they give you a grade. So they do it through numerology, through numbers, right? So why does it run so deep with numbers? Well, people become attached to numbers because of school. You feel me? Because of I wouldn't say just school, but you know dang well that 100 look good on your test. The programming. You see the systematic of reward and punishment in which the school system was brought up on. The subconscious programming center, reward and punishment, the same way they domesticate us. See, they domesticate us for a reason, right? They establish beliefs within us, their beliefs. So within doing that, now we manifest their desired reality. But since the tables have flipped, the cards they have played have been returned to them, and our cards are now being dealt on the behalf of the Most High Mother and Father. So these beings, like I said, these beings, the powers that were, they sorted out they needed you to think a certain way, right? They needed you to act a certain way in order for this to work. In order for their master plan for all ruling, they needed for you to think, act, and look a certain way. I put look in there because don't they make us all wear uniforms? But they needed you to look a certain way, right? So you get a grade, right? It's now we in first grade now. Actually, pre-K, what do you go to? Kindergarten. In kindergarten, you learning your ABCs and your 1, 2, 3s. Therefore, you're getting homework. So if you're getting homework, in pre-K, you have a grade. In first grade, in pre-K, you have a grade. In kindergarten, you have a grade. In first grade, you have a grade. In second, all the way up to 12th grade, you have a grade. They're grades you go through, right? These are grades. But what is a grade, right? A grade is a literal subconscious programming center booth. It's like the booth. It's like certain booths. You feel me? So you go through this grade, right? But you're in 12th grade, but you're still getting grades. You're in 12th grade getting graded on being in the 12th grade. Do you see what's going on here? They're seeing, these are different programming centers to see if you can act, spit, talk correctly. How they have, like I said, their desired reality. And their desired reality is for you to be at your lowest vibration. Because if you're at your lowest vibration, they don't want you at your lowest vibration. At first, they didn't want you like that. You see, they needed to have you fit a little bit. So that's why they pushed the programming of the big dudes, right? The strong men, the alpha male. They was trying to build, that shit kind of backfired on them. They was trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like, what I'm trying to say here is all this grading that's being done. I'm in 12th grade getting graded on if I can do this grade. Now, when you get to a grade, you have different type of grades. Because now I'm talking about the grade that you get that was assigned. Not the grade that you're in, so not 12th grade, but your actual grades, right? Your grades with the S. Now, you got a 75 in math, you got a 81 in science, feel me, 100 in ELA. Overall, because this is how, bro, you get a grade for every class and you also get another grade on top of that. You're in a grade, being graded, getting grades. Like, this shit gets so deep. They want you at such a low vibration, bro. That's why a lot of y'all could not be content with school. That's why a lot of y'all was deemed the bad kids in the class clowns and we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that because that was part of the programming. They wanted you to perceive them as a bad kid. That was part of the programming because this is how deep it gets. You get that grade, right? Like I said, you in a class full of 30 kids. You get that grade. You got that 50, boy. You know, you got that 50. So you already got to worry about your grade. But you got to worry about whether your guardians, so I'm not going to say parents because not all children were blessed to have their parents or their natural, right? So whoever's guardian of you, some people don't even have people to go back home to, for real. But some people don't even have parents that give a fuck about their grades, right? And you can see how that affects them subconsciously. If you have a parent that doesn't give a fuck about your grades, subconsciously, you're not going to give a fuck either. You're going to rebel. You feel me? You're not going to care what anybody has to say. You're not going to have fear in you. You feel me? Well, you're not going to think twice when it comes to doing what you want. Right? So understand how they program us to silence us and keep us within. You feel me? If you... Now, the one whose parents really, who is the strict parent, who's getting on his ass about his grades, he is now brought up in fear. Right? He's brought up in fear now. So you can see how somebody whose guardians give a fuck about their grades, how it affects them subconsciously. And what their guardians care about the grades, how it affects them subconsciously. This is a subconscious war. These are subconscious programming centers. I ain't finna just get on here and lie to you. I might tell you a joke. I ain't gonna tell you a lie. When I tell you that motherfucking school is dangerous, I'm telling you it's dangerous, bro. And now that we out of here, I can speak my truth. You feel me? So, like I was saying, you got a 50. Homegirl behind you got 100. Homeboy in front of you got a 95. How do you feel? You feel like, dang, I don't know shit. I got a 50. I don't know shit. Mommy finna get on my ass. Daddy finna whoop my ass. I'm done. Your oppressor has just put you in fear. He has just successfully sat you in the throne of fear. And your ass was sitting down too when you got that grade. This shit gets deep, I'm telling you. So they start putting us, this is divide and conquer. They start putting us against each other. Because like I just said, you got a 50, but he got 100. You just compared yourself. You compare yourself. You don't compare yourself to just him. You compare yourself to all 30 other students. And all 500 other kids that exist in that school. So this is not even divide and conquer no more. This is divide and comparison. I'm calling it. It's not divide. It's divide in comparison. Because while they have you questioning, they are conquering you. So for them, it's divide and conquer. For us, it's divide and comparison. They have us comparing ourselves to each other. And they did that through school, through giving us our own individual grade. A key word, individual. They gave you a grade to look at. They gave you a number to look at. And you brought feelings. You became attached to this number. You became so attached to this number that you let it rule your life. You became so attached to this number that this number will dictate what you do in life. You became so attached to this number. This number depicts whether you're going to feel happy today, whether you're going to feel sad. You feel what I'm saying? You became so attached to that number. It runs so deep. Because your oppressor wanted you. The powers that were wanted you, right, to feel like that. They wanted you to question. As long as you're questioning, they can keep conquering. As long as you're questioning and your root, and your root chakra is off. You see, because when they have, the moment you enter that programming of individuality, your root chakra is now off. Because in order for you to, right, in order for your root chakra to be aligned and grounded, in order for you to be grounded, you have to be connected to what? Source. So you must understand their first attack was to throw your root chakra off. They have you, it even gets so deep why they have you sitting in school, bro. Bro, they have you sitting in school for so long because they're attacking your root chakra. Excuse I for yelling. They are attacking your root chakra. There is a deeper reason behind they have you sitting on the behind for God knows how long. You could have put the school on the beach. You could have put the school in the park. You could have put the school anywhere around this shit. You put it in the most you put it right next to the cemetery, bro. Or you put it on top of the cemetery. You think I don't know? You think I don't know? You put it right on top of the cemetery? You think I don't know that school you in was actually an ancient castle that y'all dug, that you solidified? You think the chosen was not going to awaken that America with 3 Ks is the motherland? That all this talk about Egypt was actually right down in Arizona, now called Arizona? And we also have the biggest pyramids in the world? Yeah, something. I'm going to keep asking these questions because something is not right here. You feel me? My people is being lied to. Something is not right. How you going to tell these folks Egypt and all this other shit is in all these other places? It's to externally throw you off. Notice how, chosen, they take everything and move it just a little bit away from you, just a little further away. They let you get a touch, but they move it further away. So again, the moment you start questioning yourself, your root chakra is now out of alignment. So little do you know, in motherfucking first grade or pre-K, your root chakra was being attacked. You was being played with. Your subconscious was being played with. In kindergarten, your root chakra was being attacked. You feel me? In first grade, in second grade, in third grade, in fourth, in fifth, in sixth, in seventh, in eighth, in ninth, in 10th, in 11th, in 12th grade, all the way up to freshman, sophomore, right? Junior, senior year in college, and wherever else you go, however higher you go, your root chakra was being attacked, is being attacked. And it isn't just your root chakra. It is your root chakra. It is your sacral chakra. It is your solar plexus. It is your heart. It is your throat, your first eye, and your crown. Now, how is it all of those, but so-called the root? Well, if they can throw your root chakra off, then they don't really have to touch any of the other ones, chosen. If they can throw the gods and the goddesses' root chakras off, your black Latinos, your nine ether beings, your whoever you want to call it, your color people, whatever the heck you want to put the label on it, your brown skins, right? But really, you're nine ether beings, right?